Did you know that lots of guys totally miss the mark when it comes to understanding what women really want in a partner? Contrary to common misconceptions, women aren't solely attracted to physical appearance or material possessions. The wealth of information available online today gives men unprecedented insights into female dating behaviors. This era of enlightenment presents a clearer view of female preferences than ever before, bringing both opportunities and challenges in understanding. One hot topic that's come up is hypergamy. Sounds fancy, right? It's basically the idea that women often prefer to date guys who have something extra to offer, like more cash, better muscles, or a higher spot on the social ladder. It's like choosing a Tesla over a Toyota. Not bad, just a preference for the upgrade. Now, this can freak some guys out. They find out women are after the top-tier men and think, well, I'm not a superhero, so what's the point? It's like realizing your homemade boat might not win against a yacht in a race. Some younger guys, especially, might feel like giving up before even starting, thinking, is all this effort to look cool and make bank even worth it? Maybe I'll just chill with my video games. This mindset is kind of like deciding not to invest in stocks because you're afraid of losing money. It's playing it safe to avoid getting hurt. After all, dating can feel like being in the stock market of emotions. Sometimes you're up and sometimes you're way down. So some might opt out of the dating market altogether to save on emotional expenses. Understanding this stuff isn't just good for trivia night. It's crucial for anyone trying to navigate the maze of modern relationships. Knowing the rules can help you play the game better, or at least understand why you're sitting on the sidelines. You know how some guys decide to bow out of the dating game because it feels like too much of a rat race? Well, when they do that, some people nod understandingly, but others throw out the old grow up or man up lines. Talk about mixed signals, right? But let's park that debate for another day and dive into something even juicier: the unexpected perks of actually playing this game. Now, meeting these so-called hypergamy standards, where you're supposed to be richer, buffer, and more upwardly mobile than the average Joe, might sound like a lot of hoop jumping just to impress a date. But here's the kicker. The real prize isn't just winning over someone who's looking for Mr. High Roller. Nope, the jackpot is the personal upgrade you get along the way. Imagine this: you work hard, climb the success ladder, and even if life throws a wrench into things, like a messy breakup that costs you, you're still the mastermind behind your own success. You've made yourself into a top 10% dude. And guess what? Those perks, being healthier, wealthier, and just plain awesome, are yours to keep, no matter your relationship status. So, this whole hypergamy thing, instead of seeing it as a wild goose chase where men try to morph into what they think women want, think of it as the ultimate self-improvement plan. You're not just buffing up your dating profile, you're leveling up your life. And the best part? You get to decide if you want to share the new and improved you with someone else, or just enjoy being your own biggest fan. Now, isn't that a plot twist? If you know a friend, family member, or even a bro who could benefit from this knowledge, please share it with them. Not only does it show you care, but it could also spark a great discussion between you and them at your next gathering. Thanks for spreading the word. Not every dude is bummed out by this whole hypergamy thing. Some guys actually dig it. They hear about women liking the buff, rich, and smooth-talking types and think, all right, game on. Time to level up and get that dough. These men take it as a challenge, like a real-life video game where they're leveling up their character. It's like they've got the cheat codes to winning at dating. Get rich, get ripped, get charming. But here's where it gets tricky. A lot of guys think this is a simple formula. Hit the gym, hit the bank, hit the jackpot. Boom, welcome to sex and relationship city. It's that classic dude logic. I do X, I get Y. Like thinking buying someone a drink means they owe you a date. However, reality check time. Just because you've turned into Mr. Moneybags with a superhero bod doesn't mean the dating world is going to hand you a trophy wife or a steamy romance on a silver platter. While sure, those flashy traits might get you in the door and even make you the first pick in the draft, they aren't the whole story. Think of them like a good resume. Gets you the interview, but not necessarily the job. It's key for guys to get that while having these traits might help tilt the odds in their favor, it's no guarantee. Attraction doesn't work like a vending machine. You can't just pop in your six-pack and expect love to fall out. So it's better to view these perks as part of the package, not the whole deal. This helps keep things real and ensures dudes aren't just collecting attributes to cash them in, but building genuine connections that go beyond the bank balance and bicep size. Imagine you've got it all: the muscles, the high-flying career, and the bank account that's bursting at the seams. You might think you're set in the dating world, right? Well, think again. Picture a top-notch brain surgeon, the kind who's basically the James Bond of the operating room. Despite all his smooth moves and saving lives, he could still be that guy nursing a lonely pint at the bar. Why? Because even he has to prove he's not a weirdo every time he meets someone new. It's like being a superstar athlete who has to try out for the team over and over again. You show up with your medals and trophies, but the coach still asks, "So can you play or what?" Every new date is like starting from zero. You can't just flash your platinum credit card and expect automatic trust and sparks. Sure, having a killer physique and a fat wallet might open some doors, but it doesn't skip you past the basics. You still have to pass the not a creep test and actually connect on a human level. If you can't chat beyond bragging about your deadlifts or your stock options, you might find yourself getting outplayed by someone who's just really good at conversation and making people feel at ease. This whole thing shows that while being Mr. Perfect on paper might get you some initial looks, it's not a love potion. Those achievements are like shiny bait. They might get you a nibble, but you need more than that to reel someone in. At the end of the day, it's about those personal vibes and emotional smarts. After all, you can't just program your way into someone's heart like it's some kind of dating app algorithm. You might check every box on the list of what defines a high-status man, but that doesn't mean navigating relationships with women becomes any simpler. Whether you're in the top 10% or even the top 0.001%. The challenges of dating don't just vanish. Approaching, making an effort, and effective seduction are still required. It's a common misconception that being a high-value man leads to effortless dating experiences, but the truth can be quite different. Imagine a neurosurgeon who's also an underwear model, earns a 7-figure salary, and even rescues abandoned puppies. Even with this almost mythic resume, a woman will still ponder over more personal questions. Does he remember when we first met? Does he hold the door open? How do I feel around him? Can he make me laugh? Does he glance at other women? Will our children have a smile? The point here is that beyond the broad strokes of hypergamous preferences lies a detailed and intricate list of personal preferences unique to each woman. Failing to meet just one of these more personal expectations can derail a potential relationship, regardless of how many hypergamous checkboxes a man might tick. This leads us to a crucial second misconception about hypergamy. Meeting these criteria does not automatically translate into a successful romantic or sexual opportunity. What's particularly interesting is that both of these misconceptions often lead to the same outcome. Many men, feeling disillusioned with the complexities and apparent unfairness of the dating game, choose to step back from pursuing women altogether. This trend is becoming increasingly visible in today's social dynamics, signaling a broader reevaluation of dating norms and expectations among men. Does being high value guarantee success in love, or is there more to the story? Share your thoughts in the comments below.